Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to share really quickly some information that I've been getting around changes that are happening within the body for some people, both at the etheric level and the physical level. And this isn't going to be happening to everyone. Just to let you know, please only take, like with anything I say, only take what sits well with you and just leave the rest. And this is not saying it's what is, it's just sharing with you information that I've come to through connecting dots and speaking with other people and going within and sitting with the messages that I'm getting as well. So please just, if you're interested, listen to what I have to say and then choose what you take from it and what you do with it, as with anything. So when I get led to the same information 3 times, when I find myself there a 3rd time and it's come from 3 completely independent sources, that's my key trigger that, okay, there's something in this for me. What? I don't know, but it's something I need to explore further and just see how it fits within me. The information that I came across was about removing the chakra system. And as someone who's worked with it in the past, it was one of those things that at first I found the information not confronting, but a little bit challenging. It went against what I believed. Anyway, again, found myself coming back to it through a 2nd source and then a 3rd source. So then I decided to sit with it and see, was this something that I needed to consider for myself? And the information that I got around it was no, because it is in the process of happening organically. So I don't want to get into the whole chakra removal concept because I don't know enough about it myself to comment on it or pass any kind of opinion. But what I'm being shown is that this is a process that's happening organically for those that have reached a level of consciousness. It's an organic process where the consciousness expands to a point where it no longer needs to be controlled by the outer layers of energy system, which we would say the chakras. The teachings that I understand, which is largely based on Keylontic science, is that there is the original template, which is very different from the chakra system. It's like a 12-tree template. And these are the core energy points. And they're very different. Some of them correlate with places where the chakras would be, but they're very different. The chakras don't come into it to a much outer layer. And this is where we all understand the concept of energy vampires and our energy being manipulated. So what I'm being shown is this is how it's done and kept separate. So without going too far into it, it's the chakra level of the energy body that a lot of the interference happens with. So if those that want to harness our energy for whatever purposes, want to harness an energy of fear, then manipulation to the root chakra system can be done so that that energy is produced and then fed upon. But I don't want to go too much into that. What I'm really trying to show is, what I got shown is that for those that have kind of hit that point where there's no victimhood anymore, you recognize that you are the creator of your reality. Everything that's in it is there to serve you in some way, whether it's to teach you there's something that you still haven't fully learned, something that you need to dissolve into you so that a greater state of being can be achieved. You are the creator of everything. So there's no blame to be assigned to anyone, not even yourself, because it's all about experience. So once that level of, I guess, self-acknowledgement that you have the power, you have created things that you don't like anymore, but you also have the power to create something that you do like. When the themes associated with these 3 lower centers, which are very much the human navigation centers, are transcended. So fear, guilt, shame, fear of just owning your power for whatever reason and fully stepping into that, those 3 chakra membranes, webbing, the whole interlacing of everything, whatever you want to call it, that outer field dissolves. pure energy centers remain. And it's funny because I've been calling them energy centers for a very long time without knowing why. Occasionally I would slip back into using the term chakra because people seem to understand it better, but for me there were always pure energy centers there. So the body now is going to start producing its own core energy rather than relying on this feeding system on the outer layers. So it's almost like the outer layers all synthesize our physical body, our emotional body, our lower mental body, the ego, personality, which is all, I feel, associated with those 3 lower chakras. They basically dissolve or collapse into themselves, and will eventually, those 3 dominant energy centers of pure energy will actually be produced from within the body. The body itself is now starting to produce the energy directly, which it's always had the ability to do, but it's been in this feeding system. I don't know what happens with the upper ones yet. I'm not there, I don't think. But what I'm being shown is it's going to vary for everyone. Through speaking with other friends around the world, there seems to be a lot of eating issues, appetite decreasing for a long time now. I generally don't eat during the day. I've only ever ate a big meal at night, and then probably a bit of rubbish to go with it that I shouldn't. Now I have to force myself to eat. My partner's the same. He's now half of what he used to eat at dinner. The urge just isn't there, but there's still this feeling like, well, I need food, so I have to force myself to eat, even though I really don't want to. There's other physical changes happening. For a long time, I've had nervous system issues. When I went through my healing crisis in 2016, which kind of led to this whole thing, the doctors told me I had fibromyalgia, which I've come to associate with a bit of a light workers association, because many people seem to have it, and I think they should change the term to, light worker or starseed syndrome. I think it's just a lot of fatigue from all this energy being constantly run through our bodies. And if you're like me and have other outer influences, I'm 47 in January, and I have a 3-year-old star child, and I cannot even tell you how exhausting and draining that is on so many levels. So worth it, but often I get on here and I'm paranoid because I think, oh my God, I just look so exhausted. But you know what? I'm going to look exhausted. My sleep gets broken regularly. My energy is constantly being channeled into this little person because this is my ultimate opportunity to really help shape the future of the world in positive ways. So I've been struggling with feeling exhausted for a while now, but this is a different level. My body is feeling it, but I feel really good mentally and emotionally, and spiritually. So it is these physical changes. So if the body is now producing an energy differently, it's kind of like a reboot. Well, this is how we used to do it, but now, hang on, things are changing, at least down here. A lot of people are feeling this almost lump in the right sort of solar plexus heart area, and it just feels like this knot, and it's almost painful at times. And the message I'm getting about that is this pure energy is trying to just move now, and it's coming up against this block, which is, for me, and I can't speak for other people on this particular bit, but for me, I'm being shown this block is where there's still ego dissolution that needs to happen. And I've had a lot coming up on an ego level that I really thought I'd moved past, but clearly not. And the message I'm getting is, as I dissolve this last remaining ego influence, this blockage will clear, and then allow the heart energy to fully open, and that remain the dominant state of being and interacting with the world. So it is largely my dominant state, but I do have those moments where I'm triggered, or I slip back into some of those lower sort of frequencies. So yeah, once that knot dissolves, then I'm being shown that then my heart will fully open, and that there will be fluctuations at times, but the predominant expression will be this fully open heart. So I'm not sure if you can relate to any of those things, that the changes in the body, all of those just subtle changes that are happening, whether you're feeling something different within your own energy in those lower centers. So anyway, I'll be curious to hear any of your thoughts. If I think of anything else to go with that, I will share it, but I really just wanted to convey that I'm getting this message. The lower centers are organically, in some people, now dissolving into pure energy centers, which will then eventually all move as one into the heart. I'm not sure what happens then. So thinking of you all, big heart hugs. Talk to you soon. Bye.